my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you guys are so very welcome indeed. I am feeling myself. I really am. I feel as if I am in some mansion, you know, and I'm this rich woman that has diamonds in the vault. Such a lie. But you know, when you get dressed, that's how you feel. Okay, we are doing part 2, highly requested, the VMCA Red Carpet Awards. I have never gotten such a request for part 2 like I have for this awards red carpet. You are my people. I live for you. I love you. I love the fashion. And I said to myself, why not? Now, the outfit, my darlings, I'm going to put a video for you guys.
All you want is my hunger. All you need is my pain. Nothing in between, never met you lost. When you were born there was thunder, fire lit in the sky as to lead astray. Now heavy rain pours out of you and me. Come back, rain. Come and ease this obsession. Full force dispossess. Come and quiet this aggression. If we met...
When I tell you the drama of it all. But I said, why not? Be fabulous. And to be fair, you, my Nigerian sisters, inspired me. When I saw the red carpet, I was like, oh, wow. So let me give you a little continuation from part 1. In part 1, I had told you how I had gotten the opportunity and the honor of meeting Donatella Versace. And Donatella had said to me, facts, that Nigerians were one of the best dressed people in the world. And I echoed that. And because you have such a wonderful reputation for being so well dressed, I am going to keep you to what? I'm going to keep you to that standard. That is one. Secondly, I found out that there were also a lot of Ghanaians. There were a lot of Ghanaian talent on the red carpet. I did not know. Continue to inform me. Continue to inform me, because that is how what? That's how I learn. Before I start, I also want to give a shout out to all of the cinematographers, all of the photographers in Nigeria that took such beautiful images of all of your dresses. It made it so easy for me. And that's one thing we do not have here in England or in America in relation to influencers, YouTubers, beauty bloggers, and so on and so forth that are not really on the red carpet. We don't get the opportunity of getting such images without you guys. And I said cinematographers, yes, because some of you really took the dresses and turned it into a story. And I was like, oh, wow. This is beyond and fabulous. So I'm going to give you a shout out to you guys. You're doing a phenomenal job. Nigeria is a tropical country. It is hot. I can imagine how you guys are running back and forth, sweating and everything. You did a phenomenal job. And I make it a point when I repost you guys that your names are there so that you know that it is your work. Because Fumi Nation has quite a big platform here. And I want to share your work. So salute to all of you guys there. If you know any of the photographers, the camera crew, please put their names down here and let them know that I will support you guys. You know, send me your work and I will support you guys. Okay? Then I have a special talent. Her name is Jana Royale. She's a Fumi Nation sister. Here we go. Jana Royale. 32 years young, born and raised in Kansas City, Kansas. Married to my wonderful husband, We are 18 years apart. We have 2 children, a boy and a girl, a 2-year-old girl and a 1-year-old boy. I started singing when I was able to hum. It has always been inside of me. I have auditioned for many talent shows around the world when I was younger. And I also auditioned for American Idol and made it to the 2nd stage. She sent me a wonderful video that I love, and it is called Queen. I want to share this with you, and I want Fumi Nation to follow her. Okay, my darlings? Can you do that for me? Okay. I think that she is a phenomenal talent. I wish her the very, very best indeed. And in any way, shape, or form that I could help you, my darling, I will do it. Listen to her beautiful song. I'm going to play it now because I want all of you to hear it, and then we'll go on to the red carpet. Okay? Thank you, Jana. Love you. Wasn't she amazing? Isn't she amazing? Isn't the video fabulous? Jana, congratulations, my darling. And like I said, I am here for you 110%. Love you, my darling. All right, so we are going to go into our first fabulous darling, and her name is BAKERIE. I absolutely loved this. Where everybody wore a dress, BAKERIE went in the opposite direction. I loved her hair. I loved her makeup. I lived for that brow. I have not seen this. I see this on guys a lot. I haven't seen it on a girl. And dare I say that, BAKERIE, you did that, because I would have thought it wouldn't have looked good, and it wouldn't have looked classy. She proved me wrong. This is fabulous. Just that touch right there with the brow is life. Your makeup is absolutely gorgeous, and I love that kind of ombre red lip. The suit, I think, is velvet, because I can see at the waist it has like a velvet band. I love it. She looks like walking stars at nighttime. You would think that it would be too much. You would think. But I think that the stones on this suit, and I don't think they're stones, I think they're crystals. I think they're crystals that mirror the color as you walk, because I'm seeing pink, green, blue, which captures the light of its surroundings. No wonder this looks fabulous. I understand it now. Absolutely beautiful. Here is a couple of things that we could have tweaked it to make it that Tom Ford sharp. In my wardrobe, I have different lengths of trousers. Trousers that I wear with high heels, trousers that I have with platforms, trousers that I wear, or pants, for those of you in the States, that I wear with flat heels. When you are wearing trousers with heels, make sure that your trouser touches the ground. It will lengthen the leg, and it gives that exquisite sharpness. It elevates it like no other. I see so many girls wear high heels and their trousers don't touch the ground. That is the finishing touch. That is the je ne sais quoi of that look. That is one. The buttons of the shirt should be matte. If they are shiny buttons, they will reflect. And 99.9, it will take away from the beautiful chiffon, which she's wearing here, all the way to the top, is gorgeous. But I would have loved it if she had opened it up at least to the bust. Why? Because it lengthens you out. It makes you taller, leaner, longer. Even if she didn't want it to the bust, she could have just have it to the chest. You can do that. Again, longer, leaner, because our eyes always focuses to what's appealing. Because the band on the waist is velvet, The lapel of the jacket should have been velvet. It would have deepened and enriched and made the jacket even much more luxurious. That it was a matte fabric, it didn't work. It cheapened the jacket, and the jacket is not cheap. I don't know how much the jacket is, but I know that it's not cheap. The lapel should have been velvet. The lapel should be velvet again because she's a female. Because lapels that you have for men are different for lapels that you have for women. Yeah. It should have just curved down, or one sharp and down. On top of which, and I understand, and that's why my bras are coming, the black bra was okay. Like I said, if she had opened the button, it would have been part of the style down. We are going to have sheer bras. You need them. Do you see what I'm saying? And I'm going to create bras for you also where the mesh is darkened around the nipple so that it is your complete flesh tone. Do you see that? We can even double it up and then you can see. This is what I was talking about a lot for the netting, for the dresses, for the girls, so on and so forth. Very, very sheer, and you couldn't even tell. This is what you would wear under a black shirt like that. We have a darker shade. We have lots of shades. Again, do you see what I mean? And again, we'll have it where it's meshed, really, concentrated in the nipple area. I know a lot of you will be saying, Fumi, stop sharing your ideas. They're going to copy. They're going to copy. Well, we all know that they heard it where? They heard it here first. That was what I would have loved with this. And you know what? Pull the hair back and a ponytail so that we can really see front, back, side of this fabulous suit, because it's a fabulous suit. The earrings, just boom. As a matter of fact, do I have... Wait, let me show you. Let me just double check here. Aha, there we go. Like a lion head or like a tiger head. It would have been very... Let me just see whether I can do it this way. This would have finished the look off. There are times when you don't need big earrings because you're completely bejeweled. You are completely bejeweled. And she was in this suit. But still, I will give her 9 out of 10 because she went in a different direction. She thought outside of the box. The simplicity screamed so much class, and it was so understated, and yet it was such center stage. She gave me the vibes of Grace Jones, Sade Adu, and Dorothy Dandridge. That was what she gave me. And that she wore trousers. Fabulous. And might I add that she's got a beautiful perky bottom. I live for it. I do live for it. Very perky. Very high. I love me, my sisters. I do. I love them. I embrace them. I love their bodies. And she's got a fabulous body. I absolutely lived for her. All right, sunshine. I gotta go. But congratulations. Yeah? Okie dokie. Then we have Osas. And Osas was gleaming. Gleaming, my darling. You were giving me Dorothy Dandridge. I lived for it. I lived for it. I love the mesh on the chest. It was her exact match. I love the bustier of the dress. I loved the front and the tail fish of the dress. I liked the back of the dress, but she didn't need it. No, she didn't need it. You know, no, she didn't need it. She didn't need it, and I can see that the decoration and the beading was all on the outside. It wasn't on the inside of the dress so that you could see as she was walking. And I think it made her a little big. Sometimes when you want to have that sash, that tail, you can have a belt, and the belt can extend all the way down to the side. But it's a beautiful dress. She looked gorgeous, and her makeup was pristine. I'll give her her flowers. Yeah. And the little earrings, the minimal makeup, she had a little bracelet. She looked wonderful. I think it's because she has such a sensational figure. She has such a sensational figure, and she looks beautiful front and back, that she did not need this fishtail skirt. She didn't need it. She looked phenomenal from the front, and it was giving us a little bit too big from the back. And that was not her. That was the tail. It just wasn't necessary. It just wasn't necessary. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I think that she won that night. Forgive me, my bad manners. I haven't told you what I'm wearing. Okay, so today was a rush. So I put my hair into a cap. This, my darling, I bought at the Vista Village. Vista Village is like a discount mall, not mall, discount range of designer stores. So I got this at Yves Saint Laurent, and it was originally £1,000. I got it for 50 pounds. So when I know that for me the hair is going to be a mess, I put this on. And then this, my darlings, is by Oyemen, and I bought this maybe 2-3 years ago. And I said, for me, you are coming to come and review these fabulous women again. You better come some way correct. So I decided to wear this. Do we live, do we love? Okay, moving along. Chuma Ikoku, also known as Chuma Good Hair. Chuma was on The Real Housewives of Lagos, and I got to know her pretty well. She's a wonderful girl, an absolutely wonderful person, nice personality to me. And okay, so let us start with the good parts. Yeah, phenomenal figure, beautiful body, beautiful body, beautiful complexion. The bustier was fantastic. The bustier, the fitting of the corset across her bust is gorgeous. It's a lovely fit. She did not need the gloves. And if she wanted to wear the gloves should have come all the way right up to underneath her armpit. The eyelashes were too much. They were just too dense, too thick, too black, too much. The makeup was flawless. Flawless makeup. The lip should have just been a simple nude. Simple nude would have been fine. I would have actually liked her to have a ponytail, because the hair pulled up, or the wig pulled up, didn't give it, it didn't lengthen her out. The big choker on the neck, you have to have a neck where the necklace can carry without consuming the head to the shoulders to the chest, if that makes any sense at all. If it was a small, beautiful, if it was a one string like this, I can understand, because it won't take away from anything. But right away, you can see the choker, the green necklace, which is beautiful. She looked like a sweet, that we get from the chocolate box Quality Street. The corset and the bustier was wonderful. I like what she did here. It was very different. The corset just didn't come to the waist. It came right past the belly button, right down to the hip. So it showed the hourglass, which is very different. Can you imagine how fabulous this dress would have looked if it was just a pencil tailed out skirt that was velvet in emerald green? A dark green, a shade darker than the corset. Just one shade. This would have been fire. She would have had her hair pulled. In fact, she didn't need her hair pulled back. All she needed was that she had her hair long and it was just away from her face, like she does. Let me just see some of her other pictures here. Because what I like about Chuma is that she enjoys dressing. And she's a fashionista. I will give her that. She's a lovely girl, like I said. She's a fashionista. She enjoys clothes. She enjoys traveling. She enjoys eating. She enjoys her family. I think that she's such a fun girl and a fun girlfriend to have. I can't knock it. I like Chuma. I like her very much. Yeah, she's done the hair before. So why didn't she do it there? You know, sometimes I think with these events, you want to do something different, and that is fine. That is so fine. But sometimes there are things that you do casually, I think without the pressure, and you look wonderful. And you look absolutely wonderful. I've seen her with this long hair just sleeked back, and she looks absolutely fantastic. And she should have done that. Yeah, I see her here. And she should have done that for this. I think that it was a little bit overthought. It was beautiful, beautiful effort. I love the corset. The corset is fire, as is with that foil emerald green. But they have to switch up the fabric and use a different texture so that it can showcase the fabulosity of each one without taking away from each other. Because if this was all velvet, it would still be a hot mess. As it was a hot mess because it was all foil. It didn't complement her at all. These kind of fabrics and textures look wonderful against other textures, if that makes sense. Can you imagine if this was velvet green? The way we had the other girl who wore the beautiful purple flowers and she had that velvet. Remember I said she could have worn velvet gloves. In this case, she didn't need gloves. But if she wanted gloves, they're keeping me busy. Hold on. I got these from Mugler, H&M. I have a wonderful personal shopper. Her name is Jerry. I'll put her information up here. She's fantastic. She got me these gloves, and I just want to use these as an example of what Chuma should have worn. Can you imagine if she had gloves like this? I guess I should wear one. But it was in emerald green. And I'll put them on for you so that you understand what I'm saying. There you go. If she had this in emerald green, mesh, see-through like so. If she had this all the way to the arm with that sweet, beautiful corset, which looks like foil. And so it reflects any which way you go. It's a dream for photographers. And then she took it to the next level. And then the bottom part of the dress would have just been a floor length, not a tail, dark emerald green velvet skirt. Tell me that this would not have been fabulous. With her hair just pushed all the way back. We live and we learn. Wonderful girl. And kudos to you. Because majority of the time, she does get it right. And she's OTT. She's camp. And there's nothing wrong about being over the top. I like over the top. I would go like this to go and get milk from the supermarket. I would. And I would not feel shy, embarrassed or anything. I'll just be like, we ran out of milk. So I came to get milk. Alrighty, so let us move along. Okay, Mariam, beautiful Mariam Tima. She was also on Real Housewives of Lagos. I love her personality. I think she's fun, and I think that she enjoys life. I think she really enjoys life, and so I'm happy when I see my girls happy. And Mariam was in all red, and okay, let us start with the positives. Yeah, the whole look is not bad. As a matter of fact, when I first saw it, red is my favorite color. All shades of red, I love. When I first saw it, I thought, okay. And then she lifted her leg, and I said, no. I loved the fact that the sheer skirt was actually sheer pants or sheer leggings, sheer trousers, sheer whatever you want to call it. That she had taken this to another level, and she had made these sheer pants, and it had beautiful red embellishments all over them. It was only after I'd seen that I said, okay, I will have to let my girl know how I really feel about this outfit, because it was such a missed opportunity that she did this and didn't take it all the way home. I loved the sheer leggings. I will never be able to express in any other language how much I loved these leggings. I wish that she had really gone with it, raced with it, because it was giving me Spanish vibes. She had a little bit of Spanish in there. Perhaps also because of the red, because I could see Salma Hayek trying to get away with this some way, somehow. Jennifer Lopez trying to get away with this some way, somehow. But there were a lot of things going on with it. So, like I said, let me continue with the positives. The makeup was beautiful. Beautiful. Flawless complexion. Guys, you have to tell me what kind of lotions you're using out there in Lagos that you are evening out your skin tone, your hands, your knees, your feet, underarms, because Mariam, it looks flawless. Her skin, she looks like a chocolate button, and the makeup is gorgeous. I didn't care for the hair. I didn't care that the hair was two-toned in this look, because she had so much going on that she just really needed a solid color and perhaps just a long straight center part like Naomi Campbell does. Like Naomi Campbell wore at Cannes, because Naomi Campbell also wore this exaggerated piece at the Cannes Film Festival. It was red as well, and she looked absolutely flawless. Yeah, 100%. Like I said, Naomi had centerpiece, leave it long, let the dress do what it gotta do. Naomi too wore this feathers, peacock, red, pink. It was gorgeous. And so this was what I would have loved for my beautiful Mariam to do. Is this even Chuma good hair? Because Chuma also had this kind of hairstyle. Maybe because they are both on Real Housewives of Lagos. Maybe they're friends. Maybe they become friends. Maybe she went to go and chop at Chuma good hair. Chuma, me too, I'm coming. Oh, I am coming. I don't care for this hairstyle. I would have just wanted her to have straight, bone straight hair, and it was black. Then the poof corsage on her shoulder. Oh God. I don't know if I can do it with this, but I will try. I would have loved her if she put it behind her. Behind her, and it came forward so that it was almost like a back head crown. So that you can see this sister is coming. And she proud. And she making no apologies. This would have been fabulous. The red thing that she had over her shoulder, she should have thrown it, or the designer should have thrown it behind her head. It would have been flawless with her center part right down as she was walking. This would have been a beast. Okay, that was one. Then the corset was gorgeous. I love the deep V. I love how the corset even went past the waist. Do you know how this would have looked great? If she had now had the bra cup cover her bust on the side, because we can see that she has implants, and once you push it up, you can see the implant all the way. It can look very harsh on slimmer girls that don't have that back fat to cushion it and blend it in all the way, so that you're like, does she, doesn't she, does she, doesn't she? That's what happens when you are super slim. There's nothing wrong with the implant. The implant is nice, but we could see it on the side, and we could see it more that it was an implant because she's very slim. So what you got to do, have more fabric on the side. It doesn't matter. It's going to look good, because when you're on the red carpet, we are peeping you left, right, side, and center. The little boaty skirt was not necessary. It wasn't necessary. What she should have done is put a belt onto the corset, or have a bejeweled belt like accent in the middle of the corset, kept the tail and kept it going. That's what she should have done. Kept it going. Dare I say, again, she could have had, and I have a blouse like that. I'm just trying to show you. I don't know whether it's, I think it is. Hold on. Yes, it's here. It's here. This is by LADYZ. And what I'm trying to show you is that she could have had this kind of sleeve, so that it showed the arm in red, and it would have been a beast. I would have deconstructed the whole dress, because I loved the pant. And because I loved the pant, I didn't love the shoes. The shoes should have just been a simple red pump with the mesh coming all the way down the heel. This would have been fabulous. This would have been fabulous. The shoes were not it, but I will give it to Mariam. I will give it to you, Mama, that you wore mesh bejeweled pants was fire. I didn't think anybody would do it, and you did it, and you pulled it off. And for me, I would have dressed everything else around the pant and around this beautiful corset. Where you put this bandana skirt, I don't know why you did that. You didn't need it. You are very slim. You can get away with it. In the place of this skirt, you should have had the bejeweled accents on the bust in that waist right there. And you should have gone with your full chest, as they say, and walked that red carpet in red, and you would have eaten every girl in there and left no crumbs. That's all I gotta say. You're a beautiful girl. Don't be afraid to push it to the next level. You can get away with it because you've got the body. Okay? Alrighty. Let us go. Let us go. Let us go. Then we have Priscilla Ojo. She's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. I love the hair. I love her pretty face. She's so cute. I love the earrings. I do love the earrings. I wish she didn't have that big choker. Oh, it's part of the dress. Is it part of the dress? Wait, hold on. I wish she didn't have that choker around her neck. And I wish she didn't have this beading around her wrists. Wasn't necessary. But I see where she was going with it. The dress was beautiful. I see again where she was going with it. But there were just some slight alterations, and this would have been so exquisite. The corset was lined in gold. Strip it all off. Didn't need it. The corset came all the way past her navel, I can see here. So the beading right down to her hip didn't need the beading. You should have let the corset speak for itself. And she could have had 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 of the cream beading. And she should have taken this chocolate brown right up to the beginning of the hip, where her hips just ampled out. That brown should have come all the way just above the knee and then gone in with the black. She didn't need the tail. Just beading all around. Just beading all around. And you know what? The tail could have been beaded. This dress would have been magnificent. Let me even add to it. Instead of a big choker, she could have worn a beaded cap. The potential is there. I think that we're just very safe in corset, cinching waist, skirt, tail. Because I've seen that with a lot of the girls. And you can take the dress to the next level. You can take it to the next level and we will love you. And we will love the dress. And she would have been a better match with her partner because her partner looked gorgeous. He looked so handsome with the beaded jacket, giving me Balmain vibes. And you know, she's also giving me Kim Kardashian vibes because I was trying to think, where have I kind of sort of seen this? And do you know, I prefer hers. I just wish that the gradient effect had run smoother because it looks more of a color block from the cream, because she should have gone in with a tan and then gone in with like a camarello before she went in with this chestnut. Then this would have been something. But even then, she should have just heightened it up. 2 cream, 2 caramello, 2 chocolate, then put in the chestnut right down. So that it would just been dancing from the top of her hip down to the wider part of her hip. This would have been a look. This would have been fire. Oh my God, I live for it. I do live for it. You're there though, you are there. I will say this also, my darling. You should have had black heels. Black, strappy, simple heels. Let me get them. But. There you go. That's it. And then you have your shoe gummy because that takes away the sting from high heels. I can walk in these for hours. It will not sting me. They are called shoe gummy. Fantastic. And just a simple, these are aquazaras, and this is a simple heel because why? She's wearing beaded dress, so this heel would match to the style of her dress. Gorgeous girl. Gorgeous girl. Such a missed opportunity because this dress could have been fire. I see where they were going with it. They missed it. And might I say, I love her hair here. This is so gorgeous. Okay. Yabo, and this is Priscilla's mama. I love Yabo because she gets it 99.9% of the time. I think she's funny. I think she's a better actress than me. I think she's absolutely beautiful. I love her. I do love her. And we follow each other here on Instagram. She dresses so well, so well. She's not afraid of color. And I really admire her for all the things that she does. And she loves her children. I think she has 2 biological, and I think she's adopted other children as well, which she raised. And so when I saw this look, I was wondering in what direction her stylist was going. The corset was beautiful, the black was beautiful, the feathers were beautiful. I just wish the feathers was all one shade. The gradient fire didn't necessarily work. It wasn't necessary to have the sleeves or the cap because the corset did the job. The corset had this fantastic intricate beading, black stone beading, as well as a kind of design on the brocade. It was stunning, to say the least. It was absolutely stunning. Her makeup was beautiful and dramatic, and her lip gorgeous. I loved how they put the hair back, but she didn't need the embellishments. She didn't need the embellishments. It became too much. When you do, and it's very strategic also, and it can be tricky because a couple of women have tried to do this and it hasn't worked. And so what I've come to realize is that if you want to do this, I don't know whether I have it here. I don't know. No, I don't, because no, I don't have it. I don't know where it is. I really don't know where it is. Yeah. If you want to do it, you have to have like a black netting that has strategic stones placed. I have found that that works better. I will do it in another episode for you guys if you're asking. She didn't need it. She's beautiful as she is. She's got those gorgeous eyes. I love the fact that she had eyeshadow. I love the nails. I loved the black ring. You got this, mama. They overdressed you. They overdressed you. I love the beading in the chignon. They could have left it at that. If she insisted or they wanted to put it, but they didn't need to put it on the scalp. It was unnecessary. And it's very seldom that it works on hair. I have found that you can weave it in, you can bead it in, or you can use a pin, like black pins, put the bead, put it in the hair, strategically. If they had used black beaded stones, it would have been fire. They made her look like the Wicked Witch of the West. I thought Halloween. I really did, because sometimes when you are looking at people, I look at the outfit and I'm like, oh, it couldn't be this because this looks very Halloweenish. And then when I realized that she actually did wear this, then I said, no, her stylist didn't get it right. They didn't get it right for her. She's beautiful, gorgeous woman. What a missed opportunity. What a missed opportunity, because when you get a body like this, you want to dress her up all the way. She didn't need the sleeves. She didn't need the shoulders. She did not need it in her hair. All she needed was the dress and black feathers. Had she come like that with a beautiful ponytail, again, with beading, this would have been wonderful. She doesn't need that long of a nail. The nails are too long. She doesn't need it to be that long. It's just not necessary, you know. Then we have beautiful Sharon. Sharon wore a 2-piece. It was very much like a bralette with a rosed upward collar, and she had a skirt. I love it. I love her body. I love her figure. She's got a fabulous torso. I love the rose collar. The detail in this is fantastic. They did a fabulous job, more so also because of the way that it stood up. This was what I was trying to describe that I wish Mariam Timmer had done with hers. This is gorgeous. The hair is beautiful, and I love the skirt. I love it. Beautiful. White. Everything is beautiful. She did not need the necklace. Not at all. No. Why? Because she had the bejeweled bralette. Dripping bralette. Dare I say, she could have had just a simple chain, silver chain, with one of the droplets dropping down her neck. That would have been beautiful. The makeup was gorgeous. The lip is too strong. She doesn't need that because she's wearing white. She's going for that angelic look. So, as a matter of fact, she did not need the black liner. All she needed was lashes. And then she could have put lots of rose, peach, pink, orange around her cheekbones to give that beautiful rose. Do you remember when Rihanna wore all of those rouge colors to the Met Gala? She wore flowers too. I think it was roses as well. So my beautiful Sharon could have done that. The finger waves, flawless. The brows, beautiful. As a matter of fact, the jewelry wasn't necessary. The bracelets, the earrings, the necklace wasn't necessary. It was wrong for this. She should have just kept it extremely simple. And instead of bracelets, worn a ring. Big, beautiful knocker of a ring. And just very small diamante stud earrings. That would have been beautiful. The lip, no, like I said. But I will give her 9 out of 10 for this. This is brand spanking new. I love her sunglasses. That's Diva right there. Her manicure was nice, little short, beautiful nails, opaque. She looked beautiful. She looked beautiful. Beautiful girl. Absolutely beautiful girl. And the outfit is fantastic. 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 I lived for it. Why not? We have Ifu Enada. She's a beautiful girl. And this outfit was very creative. Very, very creative, I must say. And it was deliberate, as we also know. I think that she wanted to make a difference on the stage. And she executed that very well. I love her makeup. And do you know, I even love the face brace. I love face braces when they make sense. And the face brace here is okay. Because Grace Jones is very avant-garde. And I love me some Grace Jones. It's not for everybody. And not everybody can carry it off. I will give Ifu this. She carried it off. As nonsensical as it looks to us, she carried it off. But this is very much what you would wear for a music video. Because it's giving me Missy Elliott vibes. That's what I thought. Remember Missy Elliott in that music video? The thing is that if you want to do this, you got to take it all the way. So the hair, it doesn't work because the hair is very much timeless. It's a classy piece. It doesn't go with avant-garde. You are avant-garde. The artist in me can appreciate what you've done. Yeah? Having said that, I would have still loved it if you didn't have the 2 tires. The first tire across the bust and shoulder, okay, I can live. I can say, you know what, it's something different. It's not something that you see every day, but you know what, I can live. With the black gloves, with the latex dress, all the way down, and showed your figure, your waist, your hips, your knees, your legs, all the way down, tight, but you just had the top. With the head brace, I would have lived for it. But this is something that I just don't understand, and it's got spikes at the end of it, and it would have been nice if you explained why. I would have loved to understand why. You know, you could barely walk. So you were just billowing all the way down. And it would have been nice if you wore black leggings so that we didn't see any of you, because we didn't see any of you anyway. And the texture of it wasn't great. It looked very bin baggish. It looked very untidy. It didn't look clean. It wasn't copacetic. It was a fail. And you are my worst dressed ever on the red carpet because you didn't execute it the way you should have. I'm so sorry, my darling. I see where you were going, but it is what it is. Perhaps next year. Oh, God. Oh. Then we have Nene. Nene, my darling, she's a model, she's an entrepreneur, she's a TV personality, and she was wearing this chartreuse. What is chartreuse? Chartreuse is a shade that is between yellow and green. It can almost come off like lime green, and it is a very, very difficult color. Very difficult color to wear. Not everybody can get away with it. I am very happy to say that she got away with it. And she blended this with brown. Beautiful corset, beautifully shaped. I love the fact that the bust was completely separated. You can get away with that when you have a smaller bust. And it was gorgeous. And that makeup is delicious. Gorgeous lip, gorgeous eyes. Just give me a chignon at the nape. Why? Because the dress is strapless. Because you've got those beautiful shoulders. Everything is bare. So you can dance your hair right at the bottom part of your neck. It kind of pulls everything together and it has a fluidity to it. I liked it. I liked it, I liked it, I liked it. Like I said, chartreuse is a very hard color to do. And she's on a boat living out her fantasy. And I'm not mad at you at all, Mama. You looked flawless in this. I appreciate the fact that you did this for us. And who is that wonderful partner? Oh, and she has her Fendi clutch. Yes, 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 Mama did that. Beautiful manicure, very decent. I live and I love for you, my darling. Yes, indeed. Then we had Fina, and I loved Fina. I loved the dress. I loved the pink. I loved the embellishments. She did not need the mesh sleeve. It was too much because it was so dressed. I lived for it. I also wish, because I saw this on Cardi B and I also saw this on Thames, that beautiful cascading fabric that just encases you inside and you just look like this beautiful glowing vision. I wish that they had opened it up a little bit more to give her space so that we could see her coming. But her head seemed tilted inside, like she didn't have enough space. But when I tell you, well, as you can see, blush pink, it was a gorgeous ensemble. I lived for it. I loved the makeup. I didn't care for the wig. The wig needed some more hairs pulled out at the edges to make it look a little bit more natural. That was what I felt. But aside from that, this was a beautiful dress. Beautiful dress, and I loved the creativity of it. I loved Bella. I love the simplicity of it. And this is the first time I have seen a fantastic metal corset with a cross down the middle embellished. The simplicity speaks volumes sometimes, and that's all that you need. And that was what she gave us. I love the hair, I love the makeup, it was very simple. I love the white, I love the gold, I love the corset, and I loved the earrings. These are the best earrings I've seen in a while, and I want them. I really, really want them. I loved her hair, I loved the smoky eyes. She looked wonderful. I absolutely loved the simplicity of it. And that is it again, my darlings, for part 2. Thank you so very much. I might come back and do just the guys. You let me know down in the comment section, because like I said, there were hundreds of you guys, and I want to take my time for every single one of you. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys let me know, and congratulations again to all of the ladies. You looked phenomenal. You really looked phenomenal, and you are showing up and you're showing out. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, to hit the notification button, my darlings. And I will see you when? I will see you all sooner than later. All of my love.